Alex was not used to waking up in strange places, but that day he found himself lying in a soft bed inside a room that looked nothing like home. The ceiling glowed with a gentle blue light, and the walls seemed to hum quietly, almost like they were alive. His head felt a little heavy, and his arm was wrapped in a smooth bandage that felt cool against his skin. He tried to remember what had happened. It came back in flashes. He was on a joint exploration mission with a group of aliens studying new plants on a distant planet when he slipped and fell down a small hill. The next thing he remembered was pain, then the feeling of being lifted onto a stretcher, voices speaking in a language he didn't know, and then darkness. Now, as he slowly sat up, Alex realized he wasn't alone. A figure stood near the foot of his bed, flipping through a glowing tablet. She was an alien, but not the scary kind from old movies. Lena was tall and slender, with soft lavender skin, gentle eyes, and hair that floated around her head like silk in water. She wore a pale green uniform that marked her as part of the medical team. Lena looked up and smiled when she saw Alex awake. "Good morning, Alex. How are you feeling?" she asked in careful English. Her accent was musical and made Alex smile a little despite the situation. "Better, I think." "Where am I?" he replied, rubbing his eyes. "You are in the recovery room of our ship. You had a small accident. Nothing serious, but you hit your arm." "I have been looking after you," Lena answered, her voice kind and calm. Alex nodded, looking around. Everything was clean and bright, but also strange. There were no windows, only softly glowing panels. Machines hummed quietly, and he could see shelves filled with bottles and tools he didn't recognize. Lena moved gracefully around the room, checking his bandage and scanning his arm with a small device that lit up with every touch. As she worked, Alex couldn't help but notice how focused she was. She seemed curious about everything. She even studied the bandage as if it held a secret. Every so often, Lena glanced at him with big, questioning eyes. Alex tried to relax, trusting that she knew what she was doing. Later that day, Alex was feeling restless. He tried to get out of bed, but Lena gently stopped him. "Not yet," she said softly. "Your body needs more time. Our medicine is different from yours, but it helps you heal faster." Alex smiled. "Thank you. I feel much better already." Lena seemed pleased by his words, and she sat beside him, asking about humans and their bodies. Her questions were always gentle but very curious. "Does it hurt when you bleed? Why is your blood red? How do your people heal from wounds?" Alex explained as best as he could, using simple words. He told her about doctors and nurses on Earth, about bandages and medicine, about how a wound would slowly close and heal by itself. Lena listened with wide eyes. "My people do not have blood like you," she said. "Inside us, we have a clear fluid. It does not look like yours. We do not bleed when we are hurt, but our skin closes itself after we are injured." Alex was surprised. "So you never see red like this?" He pointed at a small drop of blood that had stained the edge of his bandage. Lena shook her head. "Never. Red is a beautiful color, but it means danger for us. I want to understand why your body does this." As the hours passed, Alex grew hungry. Lena brought him food, a bowl of soft blue fruit that tasted sweet, almost like honey. While eating, he accidentally scratched his finger on the edge of his food tray. A bright red drop of blood welled up, catching Lena's attention at once. "You are leaking," Lena said, her voice filled with wonder rather than worry. She leaned in closer, her eyes wide. "May I look at it?" "Sure," Alex replied, a bit embarrassed by how small the cut was. Lena carefully held his hand, turning it gently so she could see the blood. She brought a tiny device from her pocket and hovered it over his finger. The device beeped quietly as it scanned. "Your blood is warm," Lena said almost to herself. "It smells different from anything I know." She looked at Alex. Is it dangerous? Not really. As long as it's a small cut, it's fine, Alex said. He watched as Lena studied his finger, her face filled with curiosity. She asked, "What does it feel like?" "A little sting, that's all," he answered, smiling to show it was no big deal. Lena nodded thoughtfully. "In my culture, when someone is hurt, we learn by touching or smelling the wound. Sometimes our healers even taste our healing fluids to check for sickness. Is that strange to you?" Alex thought about it. "A little. On Earth, tasting blood is not normal, but I know every culture is different." Lena smiled warmly. "Thank you for letting me learn. I want to know everything about humans." Alex could see her excitement. She took a small, soft cloth and gently wiped away the blood. "I will keep this in my notes," she said, tucking the cloth away and writing quickly on her tablet. For the rest of the day, Alex and Lena talked. He learned that her people valued curiosity and that every nurse or doctor was taught to ask questions, to learn from every new patient, no matter their species. Lena showed him some of her tools, explaining how they worked with gestures and simple words. Alex was amazed by the differences, but also by how much they had in common: the wish to help others, to heal, and to care. As the room dimmed into evening, Lena checked on Alex one more time before she left. "If you need anything, just call. I will be close," she said softly. Alex watched her go, feeling a strange sense of comfort. Despite the oddness of the place and the newness of everything around him, he realized he was not afraid. Lena's curiosity and kindness made him feel safe, and he found himself looking forward to the next day and all the questions she might ask. He lay back on the soft bed, thinking about how sometimes the most interesting friendships begin with something as simple as a curious question and a small drop of blood. As the new day started on the alien ship, Alex woke up feeling a little stronger than before. The pain in his arm was almost gone, and he found himself curious about what Lena would ask him today. Even though he was far from Earth, Lena's gentle nature and endless questions helped him feel less lonely. The quiet humming of the ship and the soft blue lights felt almost normal now. Soon, Lena entered the room with her tablet, her eyes lighting up as she saw Alex awake. She checked his bandage with careful hands and then sat beside his bed, ready to learn more about humans. Lena liked to keep a notebook filled with observations and strange facts about every patient she treated. Today, her interest in human blood seemed even greater than before. "Your wound is healing well," Lena said softly. She brought out a small scanner and hovered it above his finger. "Can you tell me more about why your blood is red?" Alex thought for a second, trying to remember his biology lessons. "It's because of something called hemoglobin," he explained. "It's a part of blood that carries oxygen through our bodies. When it mixes with air, it turns red." Lena looked amazed. "In my people, our clear fluid does not change color. It is always the same. But your body, it seems, is always changing and adapting." She gently pressed his finger, and a tiny bit of blood came out again. Alex saw her eyes grow wide with curiosity. "Does it hurt now?" she asked. "No, it's just a scratch," Alex answered, smiling. Lena took out a new tool, shaped almost like a pen, and carefully touched the blood. The tip of the tool changed colors and made a soft humming sound. "This tells me what is in your blood," Lena explained. "It helps us understand your health. Do you use this with your people too?" Alex asked. "Not really. For us, taste and smell are important for healing. Our doctors are trained to use all their senses. Sometimes when someone is sick, the doctor will taste the healing fluid to see what is wrong. It sounds strange to you, I think?" Alex nodded. "It's new for me, but I like learning about it." As Lena finished her test, she started writing in her notebook. Her face was full of excitement, as if every new fact was a treasure. "I have never met a human before," she told Alex. "You are very special to us. We want to learn so we can help more humans in the future." Alex was touched by her words. "I'm happy to help. If you ever visit Earth, our doctors will want to meet you too. Lena's eyes sparkled at the idea. Maybe one day, but for now I have many questions. She giggled softly, her voice echoing in the quiet room. Just then, the ship's medical chief, an older alien with gray skin and large, wise eyes, entered the room. He spoke to Lena in their own language, asking her for an update on Alex's health. Lena answered quickly, sharing all the new information she had gathered. The chief turned to Alex, offering a small bow. You are healing well, human friend. Lena is one of our best nurses. She learns quickly. She really is, Alex agreed, giving Lena a friendly look. The chief smiled and left, leaving them alone again. Lena turned back to Alex, more eager than before. Do you ever taste your own blood? She asked suddenly, her head tilted in curiosity. Alex laughed a little. No, not really. When I was a kid, sometimes if I had a small cut, I would put my finger in my mouth. But adults don't do that much. I see. For us, it is normal. It helps us know if something is wrong inside. But we never do it unless we have to. It's a special skill, not for everyone. Lena showed Alex a picture on her tablet of how her people's clear fluid looked. It was thick and shiny, almost like honey, but with a soft glow. This is what keeps us alive, she said. When we are hurt, it comes out, but not as much as your blood. Alex was amazed at the differences. It must be nice not to worry about bleeding so much, he said. Sometimes, yes, Lena agreed. But your body is strong. It heals fast. You are brave to trust us. As the day went on, Lena asked Alex about Earth's hospitals, doctors, and even how people took care of each other at home. Alex told her about bandages, stitches, and how sometimes just a little care and rest was enough to heal most wounds. He even drew a little picture of a first aid kit, which made Lena laugh. Later, Lena brought out her healing gel and showed Alex how it worked. May I try it on your finger? She asked. Sure, Alex replied, watching as she gently applied the cool gel to his cut. It tingled a little but felt nice. Within a few minutes, the cut seemed smaller, less red. Wow, that's fast, Alex said, impressed. Lena smiled proudly. Our gel helps all species. We make it from special plants on our world. As they talked, Alex realized how lucky he was to be there, learning from someone so different and yet so similar. Lena's kindness made every moment interesting, and her endless curiosity kept the conversation going. She asked about human food, weather, music, and even pets. Alex did his best to answer, and the two laughed at the many funny and strange differences between their worlds. When night came, Lena wrote down the last of her notes and wished Alex a good rest. As she left, Alex felt grateful. He was not just a patient, he was a bridge between two worlds, helping someone kind and curious learn something new. Alex closed his eyes, feeling both tired and happy. He knew tomorrow would bring more questions, more answers, and more moments that would stay with him forever. The next morning, Alex woke up to the sound of soft music playing somewhere in the hallway. He stretched his arms and noticed that the pain in his finger was almost gone. The small cut was healing much faster than he expected, thanks to Lena's special gel. He looked around and saw the familiar blue lights of the room, the gentle hum of the machines, and the neatly arranged shelves filled with bottles and tools from another world. Lena entered the room soon after, carrying her tablet and a small basket of fruit. Her hair floated around her head like a gentle cloud, and she smiled when she saw Alex awake. Good morning, Alex. Did you sleep well? She asked in her kind, musical voice. Yes, I did. Thank you, Lena, Alex replied, sitting up a little, straighter. He was beginning to enjoy these mornings, and Lena's company made the strange ship feel less lonely. Lena handed him a piece of orange fruit, which tasted sweet and juicy. She watched him eat, her eyes full of questions. I want to know more about how humans heal, she said, settling into a chair beside his bed. Your blood is very different from ours. Yesterday, you said something called hemoglobin makes it red and helps you carry air inside your body. That is very interesting to me. Alex nodded. Yes, hemoglobin is important. It helps us stay alive. If we lose too much blood, it is very dangerous. That's why we need to stop bleeding quickly. Lena listened carefully, writing notes on her tablet. On my planet, we do not worry about bleeding. Our skin closes up fast, and our clear fluid stays inside. If we get sick, the healer will taste or smell the fluid to see what is wrong. Sometimes, the flavor changes if there is a sickness. Alex was surprised by that. So your doctors can tell what's wrong just by tasting it? Yes, Lena replied, nodding. Our sense of taste is much stronger than humans. It is our way of knowing who is healthy and who needs help. When I was a child, I watched my mother, who was a healer, save a friend just by tasting a small drop of fluid and knowing what medicine to use. It is normal for us. Alex thought that was amazing. On Earth, our doctors use machines and tests, but sometimes they can tell if someone is sick just by looking or listening. We call it experience. Lena's eyes sparkled with understanding. I think experience is important everywhere, she said. Do human children ever try to taste their own blood or wounds? Alex smiled, remembering his own childhood. Sometimes, yes. When I was a kid, if I hurt my finger, I would put it in my mouth. But grown-ups always say not to do that because it is not clean. Lena laughed softly. It is the same with us. Only healers are allowed to taste the fluid, and only when it is safe. The two spent the morning comparing stories about healing. Lena showed Alex a small bottle filled with her people's healing gel and explained how it was made from rare plants that grew deep in their forests. The gel could heal almost any cut or scrape, and even helped other species. She explained that her people traveled across the galaxy, sharing their medicine with those who needed it most. Alex was amazed by the story. Your world sounds beautiful, he said. It is, Lena answered, smiling with pride. But I think every world has something special. I want to see Earth one day. Will you show me the plants that heal your people? Alex promised he would. I'll take you to the mountains and show you wild herbs. My grandmother taught me about some old cures. Lena's curiosity grew even stronger. Do you believe in old cures, Alex? He nodded. Sometimes the old ways work best. My grandmother made a tea for coughs. It didn't taste good, but it helped. Lena was delighted. That is like my people. Sometimes the simplest medicine is the most powerful. The conversation drifted to other topics. Lena wanted to know about human food and the importance of sharing meals. Alex explained that eating together was a way for people to show care and friendship. Lena told him that on her world, sharing food meant trust. If you gave someone food, it meant you believed they were good and would keep you safe. As the hours passed, Alex realized how easy it was to talk to Lena. She was open, honest, and always listened carefully. He noticed that every answer he gave made her even more curious. Do you ever get tired of asking questions? He teased her gently. Lena shook her head, laughing. Never. There is so much to learn. Every answer brings a new question. I hope you don't mind. Alex grinned. Not at all. I like teaching you. After lunch, Lena showed Alex how to use one of their medical scanners. She explained the symbols and lights and even let him try scanning his own hand. The device beeped and showed a picture of his bones on the screen. Alex was fascinated. On Earth, we have X-rays, but they are big and noisy. This is amazing. Lena beamed with pride. Our technology is meant to be gentle. It helps us learn without causing pain. As evening came, Lena brought out her notebook again and asked if she could draw a picture of Alex's hand with the blood and the scanner together. Alex agreed, and the two worked together, laughing when Lena's drawing made his fingers look very long and thin. As the lights dimmed and it was time for Alex to rest, Lena packed away her things. "Thank you for answering all my questions," she said softly. "I am learning so much from you." Alex smiled, feeling truly happy for the first time since his accident. "I am learning from you too. I think we are both healers now." Lena nodded, her eyes bright with excitement. "Tomorrow I will bring a new story from my world. Maybe you can share another one from Earth." Alex agreed, already looking forward to the morning. As he lay in bed, he thought about how two people from different worlds could become friends just by sharing stories, asking questions, and caring for each other. He closed his eyes with a smile, knowing that this experience would change him forever. The next day on the alien ship felt brighter, even though the sky outside could not be seen. Alex was already awake when Lena arrived, carrying her usual basket of colorful fruit and her glowing tablet. As she entered, her soft smile made the small medical room feel even more welcoming. She checked Alex's arm and finger, nodding in approval when she saw how quickly the wound had healed. The healing gel had done its job better than any earth medicine Alex had ever used. After their morning greeting, Lena sat beside Alex with her notebook. She was eager to keep learning, and Alex was happy to teach her. "Today, will you tell me more about human doctors?" she asked, her voice full of excitement. "How do they decide what is wrong with someone?" Alex thought for a moment. "Our doctors ask questions just like you do. They listen to the patient, look for signs like fever or pain, and use tools to check inside the body. Sometimes, if they're not sure, they use machines to scan the bones or take a little blood for tests." Lena wrote quickly, her eyes following every word. "So you use blood for many things. I understand now why you worry when you see it." Alex nodded. "Yes, if we lose too much blood, we get weak or even very sick. It's important for us to heal fast." Lena seemed to think deeply about this. She showed Alex a drawing in her notebook. It was of a human heart based on what she'd learned from him. Alex smiled, impressed at how well she had captured the shape and the little lines for veins. "That's really good, Lena." Her cheeks seemed to turn a little pink, a sign of happiness in her species. "Thank you, Alex. I want to show my friends what I learned. Maybe one day, more humans and my people will heal together." As the day continued, Lena introduced Alex to more of her own culture's healing methods. She opened a small container with a thick blue gel and placed a tiny drop on his wrist. "This is for pain," she said. "It cools the skin and tells your body to be calm." Alex was amazed at the sensation. It was cold at first, but soon it warmed up and made his skin feel almost numb. He laughed at the ticklish feeling, and Lena laughed too, delighted to see him enjoying something so normal for her. Then Lena asked Alex if he could show her how humans cleaned wounds. Alex described soap, water, and bandages. He drew a little diagram in her notebook explaining how people at home cared for cuts and scrapes. Lena listened closely, sometimes asking questions about things like germs and infection, words that were new to her. As they talked, Lena shared stories from her homeworld. She told Alex about the great healing gardens where plants grew in beautiful shapes and colors. Healers would walk among the flowers and pick only the ones they needed. The gel she used on Alex came from a rare plant with bright silver leaves. "We protect these plants," she explained. "Without them, we cannot make our best medicine." Alex told Lena about Earth's wild herbs and how his grandmother had once used mint leaves to make a tea that helped him sleep when he was young. Lena loved the story, and she promised to draw a mint plant in her notes. During lunch, Alex and Lena shared a meal together for the first time. Lena brought a tray with alien food, soft, sweet fruits, and crunchy sticks that tasted almost like carrots. She offered Alex some, and he returned the favor by sharing a protein bar from his own supplies. Lena made a face when she tasted the bar, And Alex laughed. "It's not as sweet as your fruit," he admitted, "but it keeps us full." Lena smiled, chewing thoughtfully. "Food is different everywhere, but sharing means we trust each other," Alex agreed, feeling a sense of comfort in the simple act of eating together. As the afternoon passed, Lena asked about other human feelings. "When humans are afraid or lonely, what do?" she wanted to know. Alex thought about it. "Sometimes we talk to friends or we listen to music. Sometimes we just want someone to sit with us so we don't feel alone." Lena listened carefully, then told Alex that her people sang songs together to comfort each other. She hummed a gentle tune, the sound light and calming, filling the small room with peace. Alex felt a warmth in his heart. Even though he was far from Earth, he realized he was not alone. Lena's friendship made him feel safe. Every question she asked was filled with kindness, and every answer he gave helped build a bridge between their worlds. As evening arrived, Lena brought out her notebook again. "May I try to describe the taste of your blood using my words?" she asked, making sure Alex was comfortable with the idea. He smiled and nodded. "Sure, but remember, humans don't taste blood on purpose. We just want to know you're curious." Lena laughed softly. "Of course, I will use my imagination. To me, your blood would taste warm and strong, like sunlight on a stone. It would have the flavor of earth and the memory of running fast. It is a sign of life." Alex was touched by her poetic words. He realized that curiosity and friendship could turn even something strange into something beautiful. As the lights dimmed, Lena promised to return the next day with more stories from her world. Alex drifted off to sleep, feeling grateful for the kindness and curiosity that had changed a simple recovery into a friendship that would last forever. You Said, Part 4. Co-expand K-Row without heading. 1,000 words, Mayan simple English words. It should be interesting, and every part should be engaging so the audience doesn't get bored. And don't use any violated word. Aviad any violated content, ChatGPT said. The next morning, the soft light in the alien ship's medical room was already changing from blue to a gentle golden color when Alex woke up. He felt much better than before, and as he stretched, he noticed how the small cut on his finger had almost healed. He could barely see the mark now, and there was no pain at all. He remembered Lena's special healing gel and how it worked so quickly on his skin. The strange room didn't feel so strange anymore, and even the quiet humming of the machines had become a kind of comfort to him. Just as he was thinking about all he had learned, Lena entered the room carrying her usual basket of fruit and her glowing tablet. Her hair floated around her head, shining in the soft light, and she greeted Alex with her friendly smile. "Good morning, Alex. You look stronger today," she said, her voice warm and cheerful. "I feel much better," Alex replied, sitting up and smiling back at her. "Your medicine really works. I've never healed so fast before." Lena's eyes sparkled with pride. "Thank you. It makes me happy to help. I want to know more about human healing, too. Can you teach me today?" Alex nodded, glad to have something interesting to talk about. Lena took a seat beside his bed, opening her notebook and getting ready to write down anything new. "How do humans know if someone is sick?" she asked. "Do you always go to a doctor?" "Not always," Alex replied, thinking about home. "Sometimes, if it's just a cold or a small cut, we take care of it ourselves. We use things like bandages, soap, and water. If we feel very sick or if something doesn't get better, then we go to a doctor." Lena wrote quickly in her notebook, listening carefully. "On my world, we visit the healer's garden for small problems. The healers know which plants can help, and sometimes they make special drinks or gels for us to use. We trust them because they learn for many years." Alex smiled, enjoying the story. "My grandmother used to make a tea when I was sick as a child. She said it would help me sleep. It tasted strange, but it worked." Lena looked happy and wrote the word tea in big letters in her notebook. Can you tell me what was in it? Alex tried to remember. I think there was mint and a little honey, sometimes ginger. She always made it with love, so maybe that was the secret. Lena laughed, her voice soft and musical. On my planet, we believe that love is the best medicine, too. After that, Lena brought out a small bottle filled with clear blue gel. This is another kind of healing gel, she said. It helps with pain in the muscles. Would you like to try it? Alex nodded, and Lena put a small amount on his wrist. It felt cool and then warm, and soon his whole hand felt light and relaxed. This is amazing, he said with surprise. Do you make this gel here on the ship? We do, Lena explained. The plants come from my home planet, but we grow some here in small gardens. We take care of the plants together. It makes the ship feel more like home. Alex was impressed by how much effort the aliens put into making their lives comfortable, even so far from their own world. On Earth, some people keep plants in their homes too. It helps them feel calm. Lena's eyes grew wide with interest. What kinds of plants do you keep? Alex told her about the small green plants that people put on windowsills and the big trees in gardens. He described flowers with bright colors and herbs used for cooking. Lena listened closely, asking questions about every detail, and wrote everything in her notebook. She loved the idea of flowers that grew just for their beauty, and Alex promised to show her pictures of Earth's gardens someday. As they talked, Alex asked Lena more about her own world. What is the healer's garden like? He wanted to know. Lena's eyes sparkled as she described it. The healer's garden is a big place with many colors and smells. The air is always warm, and there are pools of clear water where fish swim. The healers walk among the plants every day, and children come to watch and learn. Some plants glow softly at night, making the garden look magical. Alex closed his eyes, imagining the beautiful place. It sounds peaceful. I wish I could see it. Maybe one day you will, Lena said with a gentle smile. During lunchtime, Lena brought toy. The last day in the medical room felt different for Alex. He woke up early, his body full of energy and his mind clear. The cut on his finger was now only a thin pink line, and even the bruise on his arm had faded away. He knew he would be leaving soon, but he felt a little sad about saying goodbye to Lena and the peaceful world of the medical bay. The room that once felt strange now felt like a safe and friendly place, filled with memories of laughter, questions, and new discoveries. Lena entered the room with a cheerful hello, carrying her glowing tablet and a small gift wrapped in soft cloth. Her hair floated gently as she smiled at Alex. You look healthy today, Alex. I think you are ready to explore the ship again, she said, her voice full of happiness. Alex smiled back. I feel great. I never thought I would heal so quickly. Thank you, Lena. I will always remember your kindness. Lena sat beside him and gave him the small gift. This is for you. Open it when you are ready. Alex unwrapped the gift and found a small book, handmade from thin sheets that shimmered in the light. On the cover was his name, written in both English and Lena's alien script. As he opened it, he saw drawings and notes, sketches of his hand, the healing gel, the blue fruit, and even a little cartoon of himself laughing. Each page was filled with Lena's careful handwriting, describing everything she had learned from Alex about humans. I wanted you to have this, Lena explained. It is a memory book. You taught me so much and I wanted to write it all down. Maybe one day you can show it to your people. Alex felt a warmth in his chest. He turned the pages, remembering each moment they had shared. This is the best gift I have ever received, he said honestly. Thank you, Lena. Lena looked proud and a little shy. You gave me many gifts, too. Your stories, your answers, and your trust. I will teach my people about earth medicine and your way of healing. They spent the morning talking about the future. Lena dreamed of visiting Earth and seeing Alex's world. She wanted to walk in a real garden, meet his family, and taste Earth's food. Alex promised that if she ever visited, he would show her the mountains, rivers, and all the places that were special to him. He even promised to find the mint plant from his grandmother's tea and make it for Lena. As the day went on, Alex packed his few things and prepared to leave the medical room. Lena helped him, showing him how to use the alien doors and how to ask for directions on the ship. Alex was nervous at first, but Lena's calm words made him feel ready for the new adventure. Before he left, they sat together for one last quiet moment. Lena asked, "Are you afraid to go back to your friends?" Alex thought about it. "I was afraid before, when everything was new, but now I feel brave. I learned so much here. I met someone who became my friend, even though we are from different worlds." Lena smiled, her eyes soft. "Curiosity is a bridge, Alex. It connects us, no matter how different we are. If you are ever afraid again, remember you are not alone." They stood up together, and Lena walked with Alex to the door. As he stepped out, Alex turned to look at the room one last time. It was filled with gentle light, soft sounds, and the memories of a strange journey that turned into a friendship. He waved to Lena, who waved back with a bright smile. As Alex walked through the ship's halls, he saw other crew members and felt more confident. He carried the memory book in his pocket, feeling the weight of every story, every laugh, and every lesson. He knew he would tell his friends about Lena and her world, about the healing gel and the healer's garden, and about how two people who were so different could become friends by asking questions and listening to each other. That night, Alex sat by a window and looked out at the stars. He thought about Earth, about his family, and about his new friend Lena somewhere on the ship. He opened the memory book again, smiling at the drawings and the words that marked the beginning of a friendship between two worlds. In his heart, Alex knew he would never forget the time he spent in the medical room. He would never forget Lena's kindness, her endless curiosity, or her gentle way of turning something as simple as a small wound into a bridge of understanding. As he closed the book and looked at the stars, Alex felt ready for anything that might come next. He knew that, even in the vastness of space, friendship could be found in the most unexpected places, and that was the greatest lesson of all.